Peter has had a lot of girlfriends, but keeping one while being the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man seems to be an impossible task. Get ready to swing into the tangled web of love as we unravel the romantic mysteries surrounding our friendly neighborhood hero. From the heart-pounding highs to the gut-wrenching lows, we're about to spill the details on Spider-Man's epic love stories. Stick around as we'll rank these relationships, examining their impact on Peter's life and determining just how compatible Spidey truly is with these leading ladies. You must be a long-time, die-hard Marvel fan if you knew Bobbi Morse and Spider-Man had a thing. The Mockingbird is an all-around badass. She's an Avenger, super spy, S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and technological genius, so it's not hard to see why Peter would fall so hard for her. Peter had discovered a clever, caring partner in Bobbi, someone who could encourage him or kick ass when he needed it. Being equally as intelligent as Peter, she would often challenge him to surpass his intelligence. She fought alongside Spider-Man as Mockingbird, enduring everything from Skrull incursions to Norman Osborn's Dark Reign, Zodiac terrorist strikes, and Hydra takeovers. The whole deal between them began with Parker Industries expanding to become a multinational organization under Peter's management, with headquarters in New York, Shanghai, London, and big cities all over the world. Parker Industries' top customer was S.H.I.E.L.D., and Bobbi Morse joined the S.H.I.E.L.D. team, and that's how she and Peter met. And ever since, the fireworks have taken off. Spider-Man and Mockingbird then set out to travel the globe, battling evil wherever they encountered it. At work, Peter and Bobbi would often be seen flirting, exchanging flirtatious glances and inside jokes, exchanging covert kisses, and even slipping away for a little bit of fun in the afternoon. Surprisingly enough though, when Peter met Bobbi, he was still in a relationship with, guess who? One of his employees. Peter was seeing Lian Tang, a fellow employee who assisted with Spider-Man's equipment design at the time. Lian Tang was one of Peter Parker's briefest romantic relationships, lasting barely a few issues. She made her debut as the superhero's new girlfriend and employee of Parker Industries at the 2015 relaunch of Amazing Spider-Man. She wanted more than Peter was willing to give. Whenever she makes advances at Peter, he would always find a reason to be away. Business, saving the world, and all that Spider-Man stuff. Then tragedy struck. Her mother became terminally ill, but Peter was too distant to even notice what was happening in her life. She then took matters into her own hands to seek solace somewhere else, at the hands of the evil Zodiac. Zodiac promised to save her mother if she killed Peter Parker, which she actually tried to do. Eventually she lost and confessed to Peter all that she had done. Peter forgave her, but they were no longer together. I guess we're not too surprised about that. There's not much about Lian Tang and Peter Parker's relationship to be happy about. Lian and Peter's connection was brief and unimpressive, and it vanished from readers' thoughts as quickly as it appeared, having not a lot of bearing on the plot or either character for that matter. Now this next one is just as bad because this next girlfriend was nothing more than just a rebound for Peter. Jill, the cousin of the late Gwen Stacy, embarked on a journey from Hong Kong with her father and brother to New York City. Immersing herself in the bustling life of the city, she formed connections with Peter Parker and Mary Jane Parker. Yep, they were married at the time, sharing the same classes as Mary Jane at Empire State University. Jill's arrival in the city was marked by an intense desire to unravel the mysteries surrounding Gwen's tragic demise. More on that later. Initially harboring suspicions about Spider-Man's involvement, she slowly uncovered the truth when Peter entrusted her with his side of the story. The strange turn of events unfolded. Believing Peter to be a widower due to the sinister figure known as the Stalker who abducted Mary Jane, Jill found herself drawn to Peter romantically. However, her advances took on an unexpected twist when Mary Jane was miraculously found alive, prompting Jill to gracefully step back. On to this next one, the one that never quite got the respect she deserved. Deborah Whitman, a secretary in the biophysics department of Empire State University, first entered Peter's life while he was a student. They hit it off, but you know how it goes when you're juggling a secret life as Spider-Man. Peter kept giving her the classic superhero excuses to bail on their dates, and Deborah found solace in the arms of Biff Rifkin. But here's the kicker, she was so infatuated with Peter that she started hallucinating, believing that that he was actually Spider-Man. Deborah faced her own demons, battling mental instability and distorted view of reality. It took Peter donning the Spidey suit to shock her back into reality, prompting her to leave New York and get a divorce. Fast forward to after Peter's coming out as Spider-Man, Deborah makes a comeback, but it's not a warm reunion. She's now an author working on a book titled Two-Faced: How Spider-Man Ruined My Life. It's a little bit dramatic, don't you think? However, things take an even deeper twist. The editors pushed her to exaggerate the mental damage Peter supposedly caused her for a sensational story. Spider-Man, always the hero, intervenes and defeats the Vulture. Deborah confesses to Betty Brant that financial struggles pushed her to fabricate the story. It turns out her mother's medical bills were piling up, and the opportunity to cash in on Peter Parker's past relationships just seemed too tempting. Now, this other girlfriend has Spidey's heart wrapped around her tangled webs. Cindy Moon, also known as Silk, is the lady that was bit by the same spider that Peter was bit by, making her into the costumed crime fighter Silk. When Cindy made her debut in Amazing Spider-Man, Peter and Cindy fell in love, and their animalistic attraction turned into an overwhelming passion, especially when they were near each other. This was something to do with the spider being the same that bit them, or something like that. Anyway, during the first Spider-Verse comic event, the two decided to stay friends and allies. They never allowed their spider-based connection to grow into anything more. Another romantic interest of Peter's that never quite materialized into a committed partnership. But maybe this next girl could have been the one. Gwen Stacy, the intelligent and charismatic classmate of Peter Parker, caught the wall crawler's eye from the get-go. Their chemistry was undeniable, and for a while, it seemed like a match made in superhero heaven. However, as with any superhero narrative, the path to true love never runs smooth. The specter of Gwen's tragic fate loomed large, foreshadowing one of the most heart-wrenching moments in Spidey history. Gwen's untimely demise, famously known as the night Gwen Stacy died, marked a turning point in Peter's life. The Green Goblin abducts Gwen Stacy and lures Spider-Man to a tower of the Brooklyn Bridge. The Goblin and Spider-Man clash, and the Goblin hurls Gwen off of the bridge. Spider-Man shoots a web strand at her legs and catches her just in time, but as he pulls her up, he thinks he's saved her, however quickly realizes she's dead. Unsure whether her neck was broken by the whiplash from the sudden stop or had been already broken by the Goblin prior to her fall, he blames himself for her death. The guilt he felt over her death would shape many of his future decisions. A devastated Parker came back home, encounters an equally shocked and saddened Mary Jane Watson, who had lost a close friend with Gwen's death. The two attempt to comfort each other in the wake of their loss and perhaps rekindle an old flame. Mary Jane, the charismatic girl next door, entered Peter's life at a time when he was still figuring out the ropes of being Spider-Man. Their relationship started as a slow burn, with Mary Jane initially unaware of Peter's superhero alter ego. As the two got closer, Peter's dual life began to cast its shadow over their romance. Balancing crime fighting with the normal relationship was no easy feat, and with Peter's constant disappearances, it created strain on their connection. Yet, despite the challenges, the Peter MJ love story became iconic in the comic world. From upside-down kisses to heartfelt confessions, their moment together have etched themselves in the hearts of fans around the globe. But true believers, we can't talk about Peter and Mary Jane without acknowledging the roller coaster that is their on-again, off-again dynamic. Breakups, makeups, and the constant threat of danger hanging over Peter's head, it's like a soap opera with web shooters. Things took a dramatic turn when Peter revealed his identity to Mary Jane, opening a whole new chapter in their relationship. The weight of knowing the risks involved brought a whole new level of complexity and danger to their love story. Now, we've saved the best for last. Any guesses? While Mary Jane brought heartache and passion into Peter's life, Felicia Hardy, aka the Black Cat, brought a whole new set of challenges and spiciness into the web slinger's world. Felicia, with her feline grace and knack for acrobatics, first crossed paths with Spider-Man in a whirlwind of danger and intrigue. Unlike Mary Jane, Felicia was well aware of Peter's superhero identity right from the start. What made their dynamic so compelling was the fine line between hero and anti-hero that Felicia walked. Her ambiguous morality and flirtatious banter with Spider-Man kept fans on the edge of their seats, never knowing which side of the law she'd end up on. Now, if you thought Peter's love life was a roller coaster with Mary Jane, buckle up for the ride with Felicia. Their relationship danced between trust and betrayal as Black Cat's criminal tendencies and Spidey's unwavering sense of justice clashed. But it wasn't just about the heists and high-flying acrobatics. The deeper emotional connection between Peter and Felicia added a layer of vulnerability to their story, creating a push and pull that kept fans guessing. Felicia's romantic side occasionally shone through the tough exterior, leaving fans questioning if there was ever a chance for redemption and a more stable relationship between the cat burglar and the wall crawler.